Hello, welcome to the next episode. This episode is a CD collection update of the CDs I got in the last uh, 2 weeks or so. Got 6 CDs here, which I found whilst out shopping in various places. Um, Last week I went to visit one of my local record shops called Wanted Records, which is in Beckenham. It's a pretty good selection if you go there for a while. Always go to the Stranglers section. I know what he has in it, and I've got most of the stuff, if not all of the stuff in it. But I said to myself, if he has the No More Heroes reissue uh, cardboard sleeve, it's like a cardboard fold out sleeve. They did two of these. They did one for the debut album, Rattus Norvegicus, and they did one for No More Heroes. I got Rattus Norvegicus about 15 years ago, and I've been looking for No More Heroes ever since. And the stuff's normally filed in like one big file, but there was a CD on top. And lo and behold, I've been looking for this for about 15 years, and here it was. I now have this complete set. I think they released this in about 2002, or roughly in the 2000s, or in the late 90s. But what happens is here, it's just nothing really. It's just it's like a fold-out CD. So you get like this, and then you fold it out here. It's like a great package. It's got JJ on Trotsky's tomb there. I don't know if you can see it, and it's got all the artwork in this like fold out sleeve, and it's like a bit of a big thing. It's got the insert band members there. It's got like the insert of the album cover there of the band playing, and it's just like this. It's pretty flimsy, really. Like, it's just got this sort of sleeve there. It's like this sort of folded cardboard sleeve. It's a shame they only do it for two of them, but it's kind of annoying to handle. So I've got quite a few No More Heroes. Obviously, I know this album from top to bottom now from the last since I was like 4. I feel like a Wog is still a brilliant album, hopefully one of the best. I feel like a Wog was sung by Hugh Cornwell. Bitching, the second song, which is sung by JJ, the bass player, and Dead Ringer, the third song, is sung by the keyboard player Dave Greenfield. So it's like 3 opening songs sung by 3 completely different singers, and Hugh Cornwell, singer at the time, in an interview he says where it's not been done since the Beatles, which is where they got the idea from. But obviously, No More Heroes, the single is on here. Something Better Change. Peasant in a Big City, also sung by Dave Greenfield. English Towns, which is another classic, and closes on School Ma'am, which is a song Hugh Cornwell wrote about a teacher who died after having an orgasm, which is quite funny, based around the idea of the Velvet Underground song, The Gift. I'm in the minority where I actually prefer School Ma'am to Down in the Sewer. But most people prefer Down in the Sewer. I just love School Ma'am. I think it's funny. Next up, some more punk here. Ever since Metallica played the Guns of Brixton at the London shows, I've been listening to my collection. I didn't realise they only had 6 albums. So I played London's Calling, Give 'Em Enough Rope, and the debut. Obviously, Everybody Loves Calling was London Calling. When I met Nicky Wire from the Manic Street Preachers last year, I asked him what his favourite Clash album actually was, because I knew they were one of his favourite bands, if not his favourite band of all time. And he said, without question, his favourite album was the Sam Dinister album. I saw this in the shop for a very good price, so um, I've got 4 of their albums now. I didn't realise they only had like 6 albums out, so I just need Come Back Rock and Cut the Crap, I believe. I knew the singles, obviously, The Magnificent Seven and Hitsville UK, and Something About England. But this album, if you're looking for London's Calling, then this album is nothing like London's Calling. It's a very experimental album to Sam Dinister. It's got like 18 songs on each disc, and there's songs like dub songs on here. It's like the third song, I believe, which is just like a Jungo Partner. That's like a reggae song, because Joe Strummer had a very reggae voice. And there's lots of like dub music on here mixed with the Clash. I liked it from my listening to it, but my purist punk friends don't credit anything after London's Calling, so they weren't a big fan of this at the time. But I love the 1980s sort of like era. If you got something for like nearly 40 songs, it came as a double CD, and you get like the lyrics in a newspaper full folder. That's what they looked at from the time. The Clash there. The two. Whilst I do love London's Calling, I mean, obviously because I'm a lot younger than the 60s, in the 60s now, like all these people that I talk to are, I'm 44, so I listen to it with a completely different set of ears. This is still just as good as London's Calling. Is it better than me? If you ask Nicky Wire, it's the best album. They just say Nicky Wire is wrong. Sam Dinister by The Clash is well worth it, I think. Next up, we're off to Canada, and I do like the band Rush. With Rush, I've got all the albums like people talk about, like Fly By Night, 2112, Moving Pictures, Signals, Permanent Waves. That's my favourite one. So I'm now moving on into different sort of Rush. And I thought I'd try out 90s Rush to see what that's like, because I'm sort of like looking for music now from that period where they had, where the drums are like loud and sharp. Actually, it's like that on the new Muse album, the Wow Signal, which I still have. I forgot it came out on the 26th of June, and I actually still need to get that. And I was listening to that on Spotify, and I thought it's the best thing they've done for a long while. But back to Rush. This album I got was from 1991. This is my 7th Rush album now, so I don't know if I'm going to go for whole album. It's just Roll the Bones. Now, this did have the drums that I was sort of like trying to get, because drums like this on my speaker, I have like 80-watt speakers. So when you have an album that has like the drum sound, like it's like almost like a disco-y sort of drum sound in the same of rock. But this is Roll the Bones, and the title track, Roll the Bones, is a little bit like that. But my favourite song on this album is almost like a normal sort of like Rushy type song, which is Ghost of a Chance. It's a fantastic song. It's probably in the top 10 Rush songs if you don't know this one. I also like the Big Wheel, Face Up, the opening of Dreamline. I mean, this is like the CD I got. It's just the Rush remasters. I'm glad I got it. I've played it a few times already. This is like an album when you don't want sort of like death metal, you don't want thrash metal. You know, like a little bit of prog. I'd recommend this album. I'm on. I think it's is it test is it sort of like a farewell to King? No, that's before that. I've got. Is it test test echoes or echoes or something like that? The ones that they did in the 90s after this. Like, this is Rush. Now we go back to more traditional hard rock and roll, and that is Lemmy from Motorhead. I had 6 Motorhead albums, or seven Motorhead albums up to this. I am on 80s Motorhead now. All that's left is, I think, if you don't include No Sleep to Hammersmith, which I've obviously got, all that's left is A Perfect Day, which I've listened to on Spotify, and I'm like half and half. But this one is Orgasmatron from Motorhead. This is the reissue, so you get to this like Death Forever opens it. This is still good Motorhead. It's just like I think 80s Motorhead is just as good as 70s Motorhead. With the 2 singles, like one from here. That's Orgasmatron from Motorhead. But the next one, I think I've been playing non-stop, which is 1987's Rock and Roll. I don't think this album sold that much by the time it came out, but I played it 4 times. So like Rock and Roll, Eat the Rich, everybody knew Eat the Rich, Black Heart. My favourites were like The Wolf, Traitor, and Dogs. It's like Motorhead full blast, and you got like a live bootleg from Hammersmith. It's got like Iron Fist, Stay Clean, Nothing Up My Sleeve, Metropolitan, Dr. Rock, King of Death, Ace of Spades, Steal Your Face, Bite the Bullet, Built for Speed, Orgasmatron, No Class, and Motorhead. It's a good second bonus list live. But this Rock and Roll sort of has more plays than so like Bomber and things like that. I think it's a very underrated album. The drums, especially from Phil Taylor, are classic, and Lemmy sounds phenomenal on this. I think it's probably one of their best efforts. Now I'm collecting the last of the big 4. I had Anthrax. I had my favourite Spreading the Disease on record. That was the only one I had. So now I'm up to 3 Anthrax albums. I've got 1991 Persistence of Time, which is a decent album. It starts off with like a clock ticking. My favourite is like Into Reality, In My World, Keep It in the Family. I do like. Got the Time, One Man Stands. I got this from the shop in Wanted Records. But after it's on Island Records, that's it there. I was sort of like thinking to myself, this can't be it. So I went out shopping for this can't be all the fuss is about. It's a great album. It's a great album. But after listening to Spreading the Disease and then listening to this, I was out shopping in my local HMV, and yes, I did not have this album yet, but I'm surprised at how many songs I actually knew of this because I've seen them quite a few times and they've played quite a number of them from this. They play Indians quite a lot, and they play um, Caught in a Mosh a lot. And I knew some of the songs like Among the Living, and it is of course Among the Living by Anthrax. Yes, I didn't own this album yet. I've not heard it until I'm 44 years old in full, and it's had quite a lot of plays. I still prefer Spreading the Disease to this, but I do have it in my collection. I will be looking out for more Anthrax on it. The debut one is it Fistful of Metal, but this Amongst the Living is quite humorous in parts. A Skeleton in a Closet made me laugh. Um, Sort of like Infant Gudgeon NFL made me laugh. What's that called? iPhone Nick Coverstein. That was quite a funny one. I Am the Law is a good one. Horror of It All is but the funny one, I thought the Skeleton in the Closet was hilarious. That's the collection update of the day. Don't know how many of you had them. It shouldn't be too hard albums to find. I suppose most people have Anthrax albums. But if anyone else can recommend some great Anthrax, I'll probably get the full collection because I like with bands like this, I do like to get the whole collection really because of that. So, starting to get why they're in the top four. I didn't realise why they were in the top four. Really, I still think Exodus could be a little bit better, really, for me. But this might be all down to sales, which is Anthrax probably outsold Exodus, which is the only reason why I could think they'll be in the top four. But the last one, Among the Living, Anthrax. Okay, that was today's update, quick update for you. Tomorrow it's going to be, I'll have to think about what to do. I think it's going to be Stranglers again tomorrow. But I just thought I'd put this CD collection update. It's been quite a few. We've got some more on. We've got the new Muse album coming. And I've got my, possibly it's going to be my death metal album of the year. Ahead of Immolation and ahead of Monstrosity. I think it's going to be the new Pharmacist album for me. It's some of the best death metal I've heard in a long time. That is. If you don't know Pharmacist, I would say check them out on Spotify. Their new album is phenomenal. Okay, that's today's episode. Noticed I picked up a few new subscribers, so hello to the new subscribers. If you haven't already, so like and subscribe. Okay, bye.